can switch off your mic now. I'm doing live.
All right.
All right, welcome everybody. All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for everybody. How are we doing? Let this be known to your friends, your family, every single person that we are live. Post this on your status, your stories, every single place possible. Join us tonight as we celebrate the wonderful, wonderful creatures. I won't be showing up on this live right now until I have a number of people who would love to see my beautiful face tonight. How are we all doing? And in the hope that tomorrow is tomorrow, I hope that we are ready to, you know, do right by ourselves. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know in the comments who is in, who is out, who is waiting. Let me know in the comments. Please, please, please let me know in the comments. If you're in, say I, say hello, share with your friends, share with your families. Let every single person know that yes, tonight is all about this beautiful, beautiful people. We are starting in few, and I hope that we are able to, get the most out of tonight. This is one of my greatest pleasure to always have people make the most of every single day.
Ayodeji John Akalanwo.
I'll be coming live with you in the next few seconds. So one, two, go. All right. How are we doing tonight? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this the International Women's Day 2023. And this is me here for Global Builders Initiative. And I hope that tonight, with our various, and beautiful, outstanding speakers, we are able to take home a number of things when it comes to the world of digital equity for women. Because this year's theme states digital. Everyone should go digital. And I am super excited for it because women do the most and we really need to understand the concept of this, digitalization. So I am super excited tonight for every single person. And I just hope that we are able to make the most of this. Yes, welcome Rafiat, welcome Mustafa, Aisha. Welcome, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining in. Tell your friends, your families, and we are starting in few. So the first on my list is the opening remarks by one of the founders of Global Builders Initiative, and I have the person of Mr. Abdul Muiz. He's already live with us, so I hope that Sika, you can please show your screen, show your face, and also take us through and welcome us to this event tonight. Thank you so much. Mr. Abdulmuiz, it's up for you to please take us through the opening remarks for tonight. I have been waiting for that. Can you please show us your face as well as get on with that, please? Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, I would like to show my face. However, my network is so bad that there's a limit to what it can carry. I hope my voice suffices for now.
All right, that's good. That's good. Please, let's get right into it.
All right, so thank you very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our International Women's Day celebration from the Global Builders Initiative. I want to specifically welcome everyone on behalf of every one of us at the Global Builders Initiative to this International Women's Day celebration, which we believe is value packed from A to Z, right? So, the expectations from this event, I know many people are looking at it like, okay, these people they got experts, they've got role models and the big guns in the society. However, what exactly should you be expecting? So this year's theme is hinged on two major pillars: the tech pillar and the, should I say, advanced call for equity. And it's also in celebration of the giant strides that has been taken by women in the different or various industries that we have in life. So women are at the forefront of so many technological innovations these days, and this feat is so big and surprising that it needs to be celebrated. So, according to one of the statistics I just read recently, I noticed that in the field of sciences, over 70% of women in, should I say, the Middle East or the Eastern continent are actually, doing well in the field of sciences. And this is a very big thing to celebrate. So, today, what we're expecting is to see and know how tech has actually helped to advance the cause of women participation in politics, leadership, and how women are actively changing the qualities and values in our lives as a people. So, without going into too much or too many details, I will allow our speakers to actually do justice to the various topics that we have for them. And believe me, all of these topics are well crafted and curated, right, to answer to the yearnings and different questions many people are having across various fields in life. So, believe me, this is a wonderful session you would not want to miss. And I trust our speakers to do ultimate justice to all of the topics and, make us understand and see why we need to appreciate our women and why we all need to work hand in hand to ensure that we have a prosperous and sustainable, environment that caters to the needs of all and is going in due regard. Also, thank you very much and welcome once again. I hope you enjoy the session.
Thank you so much, Sika. Thank you so much, Mr. Blamois. We are really grateful for that short remark, and I hope that you are able to open the right doors for tonight. So the next thing will be to get right into introducing our next person, the first speaker for today. And I am super excited to have this woman speak to us. We are starting with a woman because this is, a day to celebrate women, right? So I'll go right into this. Our first speaker for tonight is Alima Gigili. Alima Gigili is a coach who is driven by excellence, innovation, and commitment. She is passionate about inspiring self development in young people. As a public speaker and a social entrepreneur, she enjoys teaching, helping people discover themselves, and utilizing their potential to be better people. She is a change maker with a strong passion for self development and career positioning, with a vision of helping young people build capacity and become committed to personal development through coaching. She is interested in youth growth and stability while contributing to the building of other impactful online and offline communities. In her leisure time, she loves to learn, travel, cook, sing, and dance. So you see that we are having one of the most exciting young persons tonight, and I am super excited to have her. We are waiting for our speaker to bring her live right now. It's so beautiful to have some smart minds tonight. So what have I not said my welcome to? Welcome Rafiat, welcome Rukoya, welcome Aisha, welcome. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you very much for joining in. I am super excited to have you tonight. So while we are waiting for our speaker, yes, she's here. Hello. Thank you so much for joining in, mom. Thank you so much.
Good
Yes, and I'm
evening, Miss
liking the.
Barnes.
Good evening, mom. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me here.
Would love to see your beautiful face if that's not too much to ask.
There's no light.
Oh my goodness. Okay, no problem. Absolutely fine.
I'm sorry
So I
about that.
am. It's okay. It's all right. It's absolutely fine. So yes, thank you so much, and you can have the floor. I'll leave the screen for you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Um, I hope I'm audible enough. But please, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, I can no longer hear anything from your end, ma. I can no longer hear anything from your end.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me? Yes, I
Yes.
can hear you. I was asking if you can hear me as well.
No, I couldn't hear you the other time, but now it's very clear and loud.
Okay, awesome. So, good evening, everyone.
Okay, so it seems she's having network glitch. right? So please, we are going to be waiting for her here, and I hope she's back in the next few minutes.
Hello?
Hello, Ma. I can hear you now.
Okay, so where did I stop? I didn't even notice on time that I was
I,
off.
I, di- I didn't even know where you stopped because I don't think I heard anything from the beginning. So
Wow.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry about that.
Okay, maybe I'll just start all over again.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
All right. So I started with saying hello to all the beautiful women out there listening to me and also the men. And I tried motivating us that there's nothing we cannot do as far as we set our minds to do it. So, a couple of days ago, I spoke on the same topic on another platform, and I'm just going to go through what other speakers said and add it to the things that we both discussed on that platform and share insight on what we all feel about innovation and technology for gender equity. So, at first, when people talk about technology, um, women according to statistics, women make up to only 22% of artificial intelligence workers globally. And but there's another survey of women journalists from 125 countries found that 73% had suffered online violence because of their work. And now let's not talk about the negative. Let's just talk about most of the positive. But before then, when we say women in tech, many people actually feel that to be in tech, you have to know coding, you have to be a software developer, or you have to be a big integrative programmer. But there are a lot of things you can do when it comes to technology and innovation. And then many people actually, especially the women folks, they shy away from tech because they feel that if you don't know how to code or program, you can't be a tech person. Whereas it is no. So, firstly, I like to kind of sensitize us that there are a lot of other opportunities in tech. And this opportunity includes digital marketing, includes project management, includes email marketing, includes even user experience analysis, data analysis, and so many more. Even running ads on Facebook, on Instagram for people that are online vendors. It's all encompassing in technology. And the more innovative you are, the higher your chances in growing yourself in the tech world, as especially as a woman. And there, even in some tech um, spaces, they specifically look for female gender to help fill up some spaces because they feel that they did do better in handling such roles in the tech world. And also, you even see places whereby they will specifically ask for the female gender to fill up tech speaking role or position just for them to kind of create space for gender equity when it comes to technology and innovation. And I feel that we need to encourage ourselves more, especially the women. We need to encourage ourselves more and let people know that digital technology is opening new doors for global empowerment of women, girls, and other marginalized groups. And Aside even that, the tech world has really helped we women in lending our voices, especially in issues directly affecting us. It has really helped us in lending our voices in policy making. It has really helped us in lending our voices against violence, both home and in the offices space. It has also helped us in even learning new skills and greatly empowered us in the tech world. And with the use of social media, we have done great things, and a lot of people have been able to speak up for themselves, speak up for their community, speak up for their um, society, and even do a lot of developmental projects in their spaces. So I feel that technology has really helped us, especially the female gender, to put ourselves out there. And all we need to do is just to encourage ourselves more to come up for so many roles that are out there and to stop limiting ourselves to what we can do in the tech space. Also, we have to also understand that coming into tech, there are a lot of self-development courses and skills that we have to learn. And some of those self-development skills are one, we need to have good communication skill because as anyone in tech, you must be able to communicate with your colleagues properly. You must understand the language that works for the space that you're filling in. And also, aside this communication verbally, you must also understand the non-verbal communication, ranging from the tone to your body language to your eye contact. Everything really matters, even aside the tech world, wherever you find yourself or wherever career you find yourself in. Also, you must be able to build good rapport with your colleagues. You must also be able to have good teamwork because in tech and innovation spaces, you have to work with other people. You have to have a good same work spirit with your other colleagues so you can be very productive and achieve desired results at the end of the day. You can't do it alone. Besides even the tech space, wherever you find yourself, you cannot do it alone. So you must make sure that aside knowing what you want, you have to also have good um, team spirit to do things with other people and be prepared for change because you can't just stay in one place and think that you can do things on your own. It doesn't work like that. Also, you must have empathy. You must have empathy wherever you are. Aside the tech space, one of the developmental, personal developmental skills that you need is empathy. You must be able to put yourself in other people's shoes. So, especially when this big cakes project comes up, you can't just think you have to take it up. You have to consider other people that has worked so well with you and make sure that you share things accordingly. Aside having empathy, you must be ready for change. Um, you must be kind of, you must have, you must be able to adapt to changes in your environment because in the tech space today, you might be working as a project supervisor or a project assistant. Tomorrow, they might tell you to go to another field that is basically for data analysis. And they tell you, okay, run some things on data. Let us say um, what our customers are doing. Let us see which country our customers are from, or how well they respond at so time. Sometimes you can even find yourself in the marketing department, and they just push you there and tell you go and market a particular product and services to consumers. So, as a person that is trying to make a change in the tech space, you must be able to adapt to changes in which that when it's time for you to work with other people from other fields of life, you must be able to um, couple yourself up and do your best and make sure that you give it all into good shots. Aside that, aside all the basic communication skill, building rapport, be able to adapt, you must have good emotional intelligence. Due to our reproductive system, we, the female gender, we know that sometimes we have mood swing due to our cycle. And so having to go to work, having to attend to your family and friends, and having to deal with all those natural um, enzymes that bring up this mood swings sometimes, all those hormones, you have to have good emotional intelligence to be able to control your moods, to be able to control how you talk, how you react to situations. Yes, I know it's not always easy, but having to work in a tech space, the tech space can kind of be dynamic and it can be complex sometimes. I'm not trying to scare us, but you cannot just compare the tech space with other career fields that you can find yourself easily. So you have to have good emotional intelligence so that um, you will be able to at least manage so many things, much more than people even expect from you. Then, aside that, you must understand that you need to keep improving yourself. You can't just stay in one place and think that because you're in tech place, you know it all. You need to improve yourself. You need to go for seminars, you need to go for workshops, you need to, you just need to be ready to accept new challenges as a tech person, even in every other field that you find yourself. It's not just, excuse me, it's not just in the tech space. You need to understand and improve your skills and make sure that um, you are not just doing it because you are in the tech space, you are doing it for yourself. Aside that, you must be able to face your fears. Whatever it is, you should be open to um, challenges. And when you say challenges, you need to be able to face your fear and, overcome it in the best way that you can. Aside that, you need to make sure that you network because your network is your network. You need to interact with people so that you can learn new ideas and understand how to communicate and work with different personality types. Aside that, you need to find a mentor. You need to talk to mentor if you need help in identifying ways to build your developmental skills. And this finding a mentor, it could even be somebody you work with that is doing better than you are. It could be somebody that you have known. It could even be someone that you don't know. It's just somebody that you believe that they know much more better than you do, and you just feel that they can help you. So um it's a lot of work. It's not something that, and it's not something that you start today and you think you can get results. So you need to also take your time. You need to really take your time. It's not like it's not like something you can get result quickly. So when you're developing yourself, you need to understand that it takes time. Like many people take years and years. You can ask your mentor. Everybody have a story to tell. So it takes years for people to reach where they are today. And so don't think because you start today and you're not getting result and you just want to stay off. No. So aside the developmental skills that I've mentioned, I want us to know that there are a lot of technological skills that you can learn aside coding and programming. You can actually some examples of technology skills for us to actually try. I would just like to mention some. So there is emailing. So in there you can do email marketing. You can even help people do sending. There's a way you can actually draft emails for brands and draft emails for companies, like more like a social media person. You can actually explore the word processing tech world. You can do video conferencing for people. You can do audio and video editing. You can actually go into data management. You can do social media, which is one of the most non-tech skills that a lot of people explore. That's where you find our social media influencers. You see them, advertising people's products and services, giving you reviews to get them. You can actually, excuse me, you can actually learn about search engine optimization. You can explore the customer relationship management world in tech. You can also do the UX and UI, even though this one, many people actually feel that you have to, it's more like using specialized software to develop functional online content. Then you can do in analytics, which is you can evaluate data and can help professionals get a better understanding of how consumers interact with their brand or their products and services that they give. And you can do digital marketing. So this one too is one of the most explored areas of the tech world. So those are a few things I feel that I can share with us as the female gender so as not to bore us with too much talks. And if you think you need help, you can actually ask questions. You need to understand that asking questions will help you a lot, and it's going to kind of make your journey easier because you also need to understand that you have to know what you want. You can't just say because you see people making money in tech or your friend is into tech and you just want to go into tech. And you have to understand that everybody cannot be in tech space. So I am an advocate of if something is not working for you, you can try some other things. So if tech is not working for you, you can definitely try other areas of life because there are a lot of careers out there that people are even yet to explore besides tech and innovation. But I can tell you categorically and from my own personal experience that technology has really helped us, especially the female gender. It has really helped in the development and the process of having good gender equity in the society and the country and even in the world at large. Thank you very much.
Wow, 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 wow. Oh my goodness. That is the ambulance sound I have been looking for. Thank you so much for that beautiful session, ma'am. It was beautiful. It was so, so beautiful. Okay, so I like the fact that you used my skill as the first skill you were going to mention, and that is the email marketing skill. It means a lot, and it's one of the easiest and the what should I call it, one of the easiest form of technology that you can actually use. Write emails for people, write emails for yourself. It's just like sharing yourself and sharing your stories. So thank you so much for actually bringing that up. So I hope that we have been able to learn something from Miss Alima. She's off right now, but then she will always be able to come back to pick up something for us. Thank you so much, Miss Alima. We say a very big thank you. The comment section is hot on fire with all of your words and your list, and we are very sure that you came with value. If you got value from this session, let me see your fire emoji in the comment section before I actually find our next person and bring on our next speaker for tonight. I want the fire emoji in the comment section. Thank you so much, Miss Alima, and I hope that we are able to have you some other time. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you so, so much. We are really, really grateful. Thank you very much. Can you
Thank
hear
you
me,
for
please?
having me. God bless you.
Oh, amen. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. We have our next speaker in the house. We have the person of Mr. Fee Steven, my own mentor, my okay, all right. So let me go right into reading Mr. Fee Stevens' bio, and I hope that we are able to. Okay, Aduni Adiola, please kindly send a message to me on WhatsApp if you are on the community in the community, or I'll always find your contact and just send a message to Global Builders on any social media platform, and we are able to actually get through with that for you. All right, so Mr. Fee Steven, as a growth marketing and digital marketing professional, Fee Steven helps brands within and outside Africa build digital assets, strategies, and marketing campaigns for peak profitability. This way, he leverages industry expertise to enable organizations maximize digital tools and platforms. As a Facebook certified digital marketing associate in West Africa, he is also a Facebook certified media buying professional, discovery commerce specialist, community manager, media planning professional, and lead trainer. He is a LinkedIn certified marketing insider, a certified social media marketing strategist by Upspot Academy, a Google certified digital marketer, a certified British project management professional, BPMP 1 and 2, and a Smithern certified business development service provider. With over 6 years experience under his belt, Fee has developed skills in expert digital marketing, leadership, web development, goal setting, financial management, project management, business growth, and technical consultation. He is an alumnus of digital entrepreneurship from the Facebook Nigeria sponsored Faith Foundation AEP program. He is also an alumnus of the Entrepreneurship and Business Finance from Kaduna Business School, a beneficiary of the Facebook Developer Circus Scholarship and the Udacity Mobile Web Specialist Scholarship. Fee identifies with the 8 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations to create decent work and economic growth. He's a project lead at Elisha Marman International, an organization committed to leading and inspiring young people around the globe towards intentional living. Fee coordinates one of the fastest growing personal development platforms in northern Nigeria. In 2020, Fee continued his growth journey as a beneficiary of the Harvard Business School online scholarship. Please let's welcome Mr. Fee Steven with the fire emoji in the comment section. Mr. Fee Steven, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining in, and let's have you live, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Barkis. Please, can you hear me?
Absolutely, sir. I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone. So sorry I'm unable to turn on my video for this particular session. Just trying to. I have to get to the place where I'll be voting from tomorrow. Over here in Nigeria, we're trying to make sure that we're part of the electoral process as much as possible. So I'm not in my the normal place where I could be able to turn on my video. So if that's okay, I think I'll just go ahead.
Absolutely, that's fine. It's okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Balkis. And thank you, Balkis, and thank you to the entire team behind this session. Now one thing I see with sessions like this is the fact that um there are always people listening. There may be people that are listening right now, and then there are other people that may get to listen even after now. But the goal is that you listen to these sessions and you're able to kickstart your own journey to growth. I have around, I think, 20 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, Balkis. Hi, Balkis, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry, I didn't get you.
Okay, yeah. So I was
Did
trying
you-
to confirm I have around 20 minutes, yes?
Yes, absolutely,
Okay,
sir.
all right, great. Thank you so much. So in the
Yes.
next
All
20
right.
minutes, what we'll be doing is we'll be looking at some of these things and I'll be sharing some of these things that can really get you to that point where you are able to take results driven action even as a woman. So this session is put together just as a way of commemorating the International Women's Day and also looking at the topic uh, something around things around digital things around people that have been able to use technology to drive change in the various parts of the world where they find themselves. Okay, so we'll get started, and I'll share probably some stories that I'm familiar with, and then also get to share some points or some steps that you can take for you to drive change yourself, especially in the aspects of technology. So great to be here. Thank you, Balkis, and thank you to the entire team that put this together. Now, there's this particular person that I'm really inspired by, and it's also a woman, and that's why I'm bringing this example. Her name is Melanie Perkins. Melanie Perkins is the founder of Canva. Now, I personally have used Canva like twice or thrice today already, and I remember I was working with an organization in the US, and Canva was our primary design tool. Like we literally use Canva for team collaboration, for actual designs, and it was so great. Such an efficient tool, such an easy to understand tool. I know it's easy to understand because I actually learned graphic design at a point during my journey. So I learned how to design with Corel Draw. I had my trainer then, Daniel George, a friend but also a trainer, and he taught me how to use Corel Draw to design. And I know the difference between trying to learn Corel Draw and trying to learn Canva, the difference is very clear. Canva is super easy. Canva is super intuitive in comparison with CorelDRAW, actually, because I know as I'm saying Canva is super easy, some of you are saying that it's not true, it's not possible. Canva, no, it's very hard. But I mean in comparison with CorelDRAW, all right, it's super, super, super easy. But Canva came to life because of a woman, and her name was Melanie Perkins. All right, and one thing about the story of Melanie Perkins is that she started her career actually as a teacher. Melanie Perkins was a teacher that taught design. She taught design classes in her hometown in Western Australia. So that was where she started. She was a teacher of design classes in Australia where she was. And one thing that happened was while she was teaching design to her students, she saw that it was really difficult for these students to use professional design software to create designs. So designs that were professional looking, using heavier software like probably CorelDRAW, Photoshop, some of those heavier and more advanced software. The students were finding it really, really difficult. And because of this difficulty, it provided a need inside of her that what if she can create something that helps her students to be able to create professional looking designs, but with a tool that is less technical. And this was how Canva was born. So in 2012, Melanie Perkins founded Canva, and she had her co-founders with her. She had Cameron Adams, she had Cliff Albrecht, but then she was like the main founder, the main pioneer of this vision. It started as a very small startup, but now it has grown so much. I think Canva currently has over 40 million users in about 190 countries, and it's currently valued at around $40 billion. That is a lot. But Melanie Perkins had a number of challenges in this process, right? There was lack of funding, there was lack of experience, there was competition from the bigger players, there was the issue of scaling. In fact, when it comes to our experience, Melanie Perkins didn't have any experience in the tech industry. And I'm talking about this because there's some of you on this call that you've never been in tech or you don't have any experience. Melanie Perkins did not have any experience in tech industry. She had studied design and entrepreneurship, but she had no experience in things around computer science or tech, literally. So she had to learn in the process. She had to learn in the process of the formation of Canva until she leveraged these strengths and leveraged her skills to build what we know today as Canva. And this is just one of the many stories of women that have gotten to that point of innovating through technology. And that's like the major reason why you're here. So really learn how this kind of story can be a story that is told about you 4 years, 5 years from now. How do you really go about it? What's the process? What's the process that you want to take, you need to take through, or you need to go through in order to get to that point where you yourself can have this kind of story? And I'll just go through some of those points with you. And by the time I'm done, I'm believing that someone in this session would learn exactly what they can do, even from this session, that can get them to that point of relevance, of global relevance through technology, even as a woman. Okay, so let me run through this. Now, the first point, really, really important, is to identify and solve a problem. That's number one. Really important. If you want to be someone that is breaking stereotypes, that you want to leverage the digital space as a woman, you want to break stereotypes, you have to be someone that is very, very, very particular about identifying and solving problems. This is the first thing. It's not your English, is not the motions, it's not the activities, it's not the many things you're doing, it's not just the flyers, it's not just trying to be on stage, trying to speak, or trying to be the person at the spotlight. No, that is not where you're starting from. You start from identifying, be as clear as possible about the problem or the problems, in case there are many, that you intend to solve, and what your solution is. Because every problem you have, there are different solutions. I know Balkis, for example, is doing something amazing with gender-based violence. For just that problem, there are a number of solutions, just that one problem. Now, her solution can be different from the solution of another person. So everybody can decide to solve different problems, but your approach to solving that problem is different for each person. The question is, as a woman that wants to innovate in the digital space, what problem are you solving? That's the first thing. What problem have you identified to solve? For Melanie Perkins, which is the example I use, the problem she identified to solve was the problem of her students not being able to create professional looking designs using this software, this very elaborate big softwares. The Corel Draws, the Photoshops, the Adobe Illustrator, those bigger software that were very complex. It was difficult for our students to create good looking designs using those software. So what did she do? That was a problem for her to solve, and she went ahead to create Canva as a solution to that problem. So what problem have you identified? This is a question you need to ask yourself. All right, don't just say, I want to break stereotypes, I want to go out there, I want to come and invite me, let me come and speak about this. What problem have you identified? What problem do you want to solve? You need to calm down and ask yourself this question. What problem have you identified? And what is your approach to solving that problem? That's the first thing. Now, the second thing you need to do if you want to break stereotypes and innovate in digital space as a woman, the second thing you need to do is to get educated. So the second thing is education. Get educated. Now you've identified a problem, you've identified the approach you want to use and solve the problem. Don't just rush out. Go and learn. Some of you need to learn how to use more tools. Some of you may even need to go back to school and learn something that relates to the problem you've identified and your solution, the approach you want to solve it through. Get educated. What have other people done? All right. What have they done before around that problem? Where did they fail? Where did they do well? Go and learn. Some of you may need to learn even graphic design for the sake of the problem you want to solve. Some of you may need to learn video editing. Some of you may need to learn how to speak, public speaking. I wasn't always speaking like this, but I know that for me to fulfill my purpose, I have to stand on stages before a lot of people and speak. So I had to learn how to speak. Some of you may need to learn how to write better. Don't say this is how I am. People should take me the way I am. No, 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 no. Go and learn how to write. You may even need to go and learn English language itself, how to organize your tenses. I know it's not all about this, but these things are part of it. Identify and solve your problem, but then the second step is educate yourself around that problem you've chosen to solve. If you're trying to solve the problem of education, go and get educated around the systems that relate to education. If you want to solve the problem of let me use Balki's example, for example, gender-based violence, you need to go and learn things around that. People that are going through emotional trauma, if that's what you want to solve, go and learn things around emotional intelligence, around psychology. If you want to solve a problem of people that are that are going through maybe housing problems, go and learn something around that. What problem have you identified to solve, and what is your solution? What's your approach to solving it? Your approach will determine the things you need to get educated on. That's the second step. Education. I said you can maybe learn on YouTube. You can learn using there are many AI tools right now that you can learn through. You can also learn by going to school, like actual degrees. Some of you may need to take mini degrees just to become educated, so that as you're coming out to innovate, you're innovating with sufficient superior knowledge. You're not innovating with a limited amount of information. You're not innovating with just very basic mediocre approach. No. If you want to say, oh, I want my story to be an example of someone that can excel in tech, I want to be a software engineer, go and get educated in software engineering. If you want to go into business analytics, go and get educated in business analytics. If you want to go into digital marketing, go and get educated in digital marketing. And don't just learn the basic level. There's this quote that I always say, I say, nobody becomes a master by staying basic. Nobody becomes a master by staying basic. You can never, ever become a master by staying basic. And the issue with this, it may sound like a very simple statement or a very simple quote, but it's a very powerful statement. The reason is because it is possible for you to start to earn with basic. This is the interesting part. You can get educated to a basic level and people will start paying you for your basic education. And once people start paying you, there's that conception that comes to you that you have started arriving, or oh wow, they're not paying me. That means I'm good. No, you're not good enough. Yes, you are good, but not good enough. Your goal is mastery. So what do? Go a step further. Take it one step higher. Get the highest level of education you can afford. So that's the second step. The third step is courage. You want to break stereotype. You want to be one of the women that innovate in digital space. Courage. I think one of the major problems that Melanie Perkins had was, the competition from the bigger players in her early days. That was one of the major things, right? That was like a challenge for her, all right, because it was an issue of competition, and she had to look for ways to differentiate Canva, and then also convince several users to switch to the Canva platform. You would always face challenges. If it's stereotypes you want to break, except you just want to chill. If it's stereotypes you want to break through technology or using the digital space, there will be challenges. So you need to have courage. Courage is not just a word. Courage is shown by your actions. Your courage is not shown by you saying, "Oh, I'm courageous," or you doing affirmations. No, no, no. Your courage is seen by the actions you take. Now you have identified your problem. Now you've identified your solution to your problem. Now you have educated yourself. That's just, you're just starting. Your actions, your courageous action is what will actually do the breaking of the stereotypes. The actions you take. And your actions must be taken with courage. You have to be courageous. I was reading a post that I made some years ago, and in that post I quoted Winston Churchill, and he said something. He said that the only thing we need to fear is fear itself. Paraphrasing, the only thing we need to fear is fear itself. That's a very powerful statement. We need to be afraid of fear because fear paralyzes. Fear does not allow you to move forward. Fear keeps you at a place. Fear tells you, what if, what if, what if, and all the what ifs are negative. Fear makes you see all the bad things that can happen if you go ahead with this. And truthfully, those things can be true. They may actually be things that will happen. But how then can you go against the tide if you don't have the courage? As a woman trying to break stereotypes, I am telling you, be courageous, stand up and move for what you want, move for what you've identified, move for the problems you've seen the solution to, move for the things you have educated yourself for. Take those actions in courage. That is the third point. Now, the last point before I hand over back to Barkis, I have 2 minutes, is accountability. Accountability. Now, this point is what will sustain you. All these other points I've mentioned before will get you started, will give you results, but accountability is what will sustain you. Now, what is accountability? The first accountability you need is accountability to yourself. Be accountable to yourself. The things you tell yourself to do, do it. The things you tell yourself you will not do, don't do it. Don't start out your journey and say, "Oh, I will never collect bribe for anything." And then as you continue, you see yourself collecting bribes. You're already losing it. You're not going to last. Don't start out telling yourself that this thing, I'm going to fight it. And when you start, you become what you are fighting. There are many people that started out saying, "Oh, I want to fight this particular vice. I want to fight this particular evil." And as they continue in that fight, or as they get started, when they start getting little results, they become that same thing they are fighting. You're out there, you're trying to fight against domestic abuse, but inside of your home, you're abusing everybody physically. It doesn't make sense. Accountability to yourself. The second accountability is accountability to the systems that helped you grow. Accountability to the systems that helped you grow. These systems can be mentors. These systems can be even digital systems, maybe your calendar, your alarms, things like that. These systems can be principles. So be accountable to yourself and be accountable to the systems that helped you grow. This is the only way you can be sustained. Accountability will sustain you. So these are the 4 points. 1, identify and solve a problem. 2, education, get educated to the highest level you can afford. 3, be courageous in your action. And 4, be accountable to yourself and to the systems that helped you grow. This is exactly 20 minutes, and I'm glad I stuck to time so that Barkis can invite me again. Because if I pass this time, I don't know if I'm coming next flyer. But
That's almost impossible. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very very much. I loved every single part of that. Like, this is so beautiful. I remember when I sent you the topic, you're like, this is what women. Can't you get a woman to do this? And you just delivered. Thank you so much, sir. And I am super grateful to have you. And I want to say a very big thank you to you for taking our time to break this down. This seems like the simplest thing anyone can ever tell me to do, as much as it takes willpower, but then it's like the simplest. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. I hope the next time we say, Mr. Fee Steven, can we have you? Are we going to have your yes to that, sir?
yes, I think you will.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you very
All
much,
right, you
sir.
too. All right,
Thank you so
all
much. Guys, if you got this, please, I want your fire emoji in the comment section. This needs to, like, you need to show me that yes, this is something that is going to stay with you. Thank you so much, every single person live with us. Thank you so much for listening to this and for deciding to be that woman that innovates in tech. Thank you so much. And next, I have our next speaker in the building. Yes, and I am super excited to have him. I'm very much excited to have him. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yes, this is the fire emoji. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you very much. All right. Our next speaker is the person of Mr. Olashupo Abidin, and I'll bring him on to the stream now. Thank you so much, sir. Good evening, everyone. Abidin Okpeyemi Olashupo is a professional business development and technology consultant with a proven track record of success in the development, innovation, and strategy consultation. He has taken courses on nonprofit management and entrepreneurship essentials at both Harvard Business School and Lagos Business School in recent times. Abidin is a tri-sector business leader, entrepreneur with investments in oil and gas, consulting, technology, and social enterprise. He is also the co-founder of the Hub Innovation Center and a published researcher. He is an SDG expert who is well known for his huge contribution to youth capacity development and his advocacy for a sustainable world through his organization Brain Builders Youth Development Initiative, BBYDI. He consulted for Project Everyone UK to place all SDGs articles on Wikipedia. He is a campaigner and a non-profit professional who is consistent in lending his voice toward achieving a positive change in the society through his non-profit BBYDI. BBYDI is one of the leading groundbreaking initiatives in Nigeria, and it's currently expanding its wings to cover other countries in Africa. It trains and empowers Nigerian youth in becoming visionary leaders, business development professionals, technology ideation experts, and engage in good governance and sustainable development goals. Thank you so much, Abidin. Yes, I can say yes, it is true, and it is the truth. Sir, can we have you with us right now, sir? Good evening.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
so much
you.
for joining in, sir.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much,
much.
Marquis. Thank you so
Thank
much
you so much,
for
sir.
really having me here. And I want to sincerely appreciate you. And I want to
Thank
appreciate
you,
the
sir.
speakers who spoke before me as well, in terms of Mr. Steven and Sister Lima as well. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing your thoughts, especially on the occasion of the International Women's Day. And I appreciate
Thank
that.
you, sir.
I can understand I don't have much time here. And of course, I would like to go straight to the topic you have given me to discuss here. You asked me to
All
discuss the
right.
power of data, using tech data to improve gender equality, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
At all, you're not. Yes, you are. You are right.
Awesome. So I think it will be extremely important for us to, talk about the challenges of data even in Nigeria as a whole. For example, if you're a young person and you are here today, or be you a female, a male, and you are on this call, I want to ask you a question as well. Of course, I know there has been a conversation going on the issue of the national population census, but even the Nigerian population of 200 million, when they ask you, oh, you're in a country of over 200 million population, when they ask you that information as an individual as well, what comes to your mind? What do you think about that data? As far as I am concerned, and of course, you do not have to agree with me, when I come to sessions like this, I don't present myself as an individual who knows it all. I'm coming to this session to share my experience, and I'm also coming to this session to learn from a whole lot of us, even as participants and as our fellow speakers. The reason why that data looks conflicting and does not really look like something one can trust was the fact that though I was a little bit younger during the last population census, well, I was privy to different information from different community of how population census went through. How? One, for example, in a community, a person like me who ordinarily has not given birth to about 7 kids, during the population census, they will ask me to say, oh, I married 4 wives, I have 20 kids, because the idea of Nigerians then was that, oh, based on the number that we give to them, that's what we attract development to our community. In some other places even done, played the numbers of kids they have, the number of relatives, or the number of things they have, because they believe, oh, if they downplay that as well, that's exactly what we make government to, help them. And as well, some people are scared of the taxation policy of the government. That, oh, if we tell the government I have 5 acres of land, I have $10 billion, I have this investment in this place, it makes government to have an accurate data and tax us. That's to really tell you that we are living in a country where data is an issue. Let me give you another example as well. There has been a time that the Federal Ministry of Education, the Office of Suburb, and UNICEF have conflicting data on the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria. So the Federal Ministry of Education will give you data, UNICEF will give you another data, and of course, Suburb will also give you another data. That's to really tell you again that we are in a mess as far as data is concerned. But as an individual, I don't talk about the problem. The problem idea, we have the choice. The choice is for us to talk about it or we find lasting solutions. So I'm more of a solution person as well. This is what will make me to know or lead me to congratulating every woman who are on this call. Once again, happy International Women's Day. As far as I'm concerned, I'm an E for She champion. I believe so much in your capacity as a young female. Look at the community stereotype against you. Look at the cultural stereotype against you. Look at the religious stereotype against you. So against all odds, some of you are really making waves and getting things done in a country like ours and in a continent like this. So that's the reason why, of course, I'm gonna give you your flowers tonight. So on the power of data, another thing that we misconstrue is issues around this gender equity. And I know Balkis was intentional by not using gender equality. Special kudos to you. We want to talk about how we can use data to improve gender equity. Of course, I'm a man. Like I said the other time, I said I'm an E for She champion. Through our organization, we did a fellowship program that we call the Space for Her Fellowship. It's because of the fact that we believe issues around gender equality should be at the topmost of any organization. Because unless we want to be economical with the truth, the society has been coined in such a way that, the opposite gender has not really been given that equal opportunity like others. But what I tell people, especially, those who are my colleagues in the office, anytime we have conversation around, gender equity, is the fact that let's scatter that table. Let's smash that table. Then we rearrange that table so that when that table is being rearranged, the gender that has, been sustained, we force ourselves into that table and ensure that issues around development of that gender is being discussed. But, if we want to talk gender equity and we ourselves that we are gender equity champion, we do not even have concrete data of, how sometimes we have been marginalized. We just be talking as if we're just speaking some of these things from our brain. So an extremely important thing that will be cogent for us as champions, as advocates, as enthusiasts, will be to know in the field of technology, if that is where we want to analyze issues around equity, we need to know the number of women who are in tech, the number of women who are gainfully employed in tech, who are co-founder in tech, or maybe, for example, because the word tech is a buzzword that is large. maybe we want to focus our effort on fintech, or we want to focus our efforts on agri-tech or edutech or edtech, be any form of technology that you want to focus on. The first thing will be for you to personally research on the gaps that is available between the gender that you are advocating for and the other gender as well. Then, of course, get into the rationale behind the gaps that has happened at the core of our work at BBYTI, and that's why I'm always excited to share this with people. Is the fact that we use data to pass informed decision in the development space. Let's be realistic. The lifespan of a whole lot of us are a little bit, our attention span is a little bit small. For example, you want to get a data where I'm able to pass through information of every woman that has ruled Nigeria in the last since we get independence. Compared to me saying I want to put it in a book like this, which is about maybe 200 pages of the book, but just here one infographics, I can pass the data and analysis of women leadership, the gap in women leadership in Nigeria, or the death of women co-founder in the tech sector. I can also pass down information on issues around comparing leadership structure in the developer space, who are always the ED, most especially in a humanitarian focused organization. So if I want to pass that message, instead of me to start writing books like, Formula or some Kuti about women, and start quoting all those things for you that may bore you, with just a single infographics, I can give you an analysis of what has happened. So that's why people always say data is the new oil. And not even only in the development sector. Imagine even in your projects, maybe if you're an undergraduate, or in writing proposal, or in crafting a pitch deck. Instead of you to just use maybe over 15 deck, and you're using just 5. And what that 5 is trying to do for you is to use data to analyze what exactly you want to do. You want to talk about the problem. You want to talk about the solution. You want to talk about the unique value proposition. You want to talk about your team, and you want to talk about your budgets. So in 5 slides, through the use of infographics and data, you're able to pass that message to get things done. So I quite understand that this might look a little bit technical to some of us who have not been playing our hand in data. And let me bust your bubble. How I'm talking about data today, I hate mathematics, even though I'm a science student. I hate mathematics while I was in secondary school. So, but of course, when I found myself in the development space, I discovered that a gap that is missing, that I need to fill, is the usage of data to make informed decision in the development space. Because a lot of people just say, oh, they are doing gender equality is the buzzword now, let's go and do gender equality so that the donor agency will give us funding. Oh, female genital mutilation is what is reigning now. Oh, gender-based violence is the order of the day. Oh, it's women economic empowerment that we are trying to do now. So, because a lot of people just want to say, oh, I'm running a non-profit, I want to make an impact as well, or I want to get funding as well. They go into that sector. But what makes us different? And as a young organization with a little bit of experience, what always gives us an edge over others, especially when we apply for funding, is the fact that we will let the donor know that we are not just going into this week to say you want to do this thing. We are going into this week because we have the data. For example, we did Why Vote Nigeria. Why Vote Nigeria was a product of data. We did research into reason why Nigerians are not going to the poll to vote. So we gathered a lot of respondents, and we analyzed the data to see, issues around violence targeted at women was one of the reasons. Violence during the election was one of the reasons as well. Another gap that we notice is the fact that there is money politics as well. So talking about gender in relations to gender equity as well, we give anyone who wants to listen to you when you, for example, maybe you are privileged to meet your state governor, and when you want to talk about issues around women, economic empowerment, you are telling the state government that since the creation of your state, that XYZ number of percentage is the allocation that has been given to women. And since the creation of your space, of your state, we have so number of women that are out of school as a result of the fact that they are working. And your own initiative is to do like from street to school to get some of these kids back to school. Or you are saying, fine, you notice that in the civil society sector or in the civil service sector, you notice that this is the ratio of women to men currently operating in the civil service sector. Maybe you are from Kaduna, you are from Lagos, you are from Kwara, you are from Osun, you are from any state. People will listen to you when you give them that concrete data. And I'm afraid these days as well, because we have been mentioning data is the new oil, data is the king, and stuff like that. I'm afraid about data integrity, because a lot of people just sit down at the corridor of their room, say that they are doing research, fill all the questionnaire, they pull out that stuff. When you pull out such information, you are doing a disservice not only to yourself, not only to your community, not only to the whole humanity at large, but even to that tag word that you want to talk about. Because if you are saying, oh, fine, oh, in Kwara State, oh, you carried out research, you had over 1 million respondents, which a person like me who has always played with data, we really doubt. Now, how did you get across 1 million respondents? So, what are the methodology that you have used to gather that kind of data? That you discover that a lot of women are not interested in going to business. That's just like an example. Then, of course, the first question that will come to the mind of a person like me is, when I go to the market, how many people do I see at the market? What's like the rational percentage of people I see in a local government? Then, of course, other colleagues that are in different local government as well, I can ask them, what's the percentage of women who are in business? Do you feel that they are lesser compared to that of men as well? So your research will be punched, and when a pick look goes from that research, it defeats the purpose through which you have want to gather the data. Another point that we talk about is data does not really mean it should be something bogus, like, oh, you have to do Excel, you have to, get a research consultant and do some stuff like that. It's simple. For example, you can just put it on your WhatsApp story today that when you want to make a decision to buy a clothes, what color do you choose? So if you have like about 20 people who are in your WhatsApp story, and out of that 20 people on your WhatsApp story, about 15 people said, oh, they pick red. 2 people said they pick black. And maybe 3 people said they pick maybe pink. You have been able to say that in a society of 20 people, which within the age bracket of 18 to 25, and with this religious stereotype or this sociocultural or political belief, they said when they go to the marketplace, this is the kind of color of what they do. That's as simple as that data. And that's the reason why, these days, I love entrepreneurs who work around data. For example, when I wanted to start my business in the Kwara State University, I didn't just go into business because I want to serve gas for Kwara State students. What I did was to firstly say, anytime I go to Kwasu, because I used to get invited for the Global Entrepreneurship Week in Kwasu, I always notice that anytime I'm coming back to Kwara State, Ilorin to Malete is about 40 minutes and sometimes lesser than that drive. I always see students picking cylinder from Malete to go and buy gas in Ilorin. So the entrepreneurship driving me, I kept on asking the same question all the time. Why do people leave Malete to go and buy gas in Ilorin? Does it really mean that we don't have any gas station here? At last, we had about 2 gas stations there. Because of the relationship I built with the Center for Entrepreneurship, I drafted a questionnaire, asked students to fill, and gather feedback from them. That feedback, that data that I have, was the reason why I was able to go into business to solve the pain points of Kwasu students then. And I can bet you that, of course, that has made me one of the leading giants gas stations in Kwara State University now. Let me bust your bubble about what I discovered. One, I noticed that the prices that they sell to them in Malete is a little bit high. As at that time, I think we are selling gas in the Ilorin for 250. I know gas is now expensive. So in Malete package, they were selling 350 there. So that's 100 naira package. So if you're buying 3 kg, that's 300 naira. And as at that time, I think it cost about 180 naira to take a bus from Malete to Ilorin. Now imagine if I need to buy some other stuffs, then I wouldn't buy that gas in Malete. I would rather, pick my cylinder because I know I'm going to Ilorin. I will still have opportunity to buy some other stuffs and get things done. One. Secondly, as well, the kind of scale that they use is not digital. The 2 gas stations who are in Malete then use the normal manual scale, the one you use when you want to go and buy fish, turkey, or any stuffs. I came in with a digital scale. Then, of course, there's also no value for money for what they buy. Because anytime they buy gas, I don't know, maybe it has happened to you when you buy a gas, maybe you have always used that gas for a period of 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Then you later discover that, oh, this time around, my gas did not really take up to a week. So as a result of that, oh, I must have been sustained from that place. So the data I gather made me to go into the business to provide digital scale, provide, a customer loyalty card. What I call a customer loyalty card is like the daily contribution card. When you buy gas from us, we take it. So at the end of the semester, when you buy up to a particular number of gas, you qualify for a draw as well. We also introduce what we call the work student study methodology where a gas station open every day, including Sunday. Then not only that as well, we also make sure that our prices are considerate. So data really helped me to know that this is where the shoe pinches and this is exactly what I want to do. Let me give you another example of data, the power of data as well. Imagine if any time that your senator or your House of Rep or your House of Assembly member wants to vote at the National Assembly, they come back to the constituency to say, oh, my people, this is what they want us to vote on. They want us to vote on, increasing the number of women at the National Assembly from 30% to at least 60%, and we need to gazette this bill, and the bill needs to pass through two-thirds of the state assembly. What would you want me to vote for? Imagine if our House of Representative members come back to us to gather opinion on around this. They won't have problem. The voting that they will be doing at the National Assembly will have been, the voting of informed decision. Not only that as well, imagine if, for example, you want to go into a school and you know that the number of students you want to teach in that school, like 30% of them are having this dyslexia, 20% of them find it extremely difficult to learn on the spot, or maybe 10% of them only learn through gamification. Your work has been simplified for you. It really means that when you want to teach people who love gamification, you need to maybe introduce any form of game for them to really learn faster. The same thing for the gender equity space. So I will be wrapping up by saying gender equity is achievable if, as individual, we have incorporated issues around data into our national life, because data is king and data is the new oil. Then secondly as well, we also always encourage issues around data integrity. Then thirdly, we also, leverage on different platforms to improve our knowledge around issues around data. Because when you present data, people take you more. There's a way to which even in the international space they take you much more serious. Oh, fine, because anything, talk even SDGs. We talk about data gap in SDG. Talk about unemployment. We talk about data gap. Talk about issues around, placing women at the forefront of benefit or opportunity. We talk about data gap as well. So, for example, as an individual, if what exactly you want to address is the data gap as regards gender equality in education, that's absolutely fine. In women economic empowerment, that's absolutely fine. In technology sector, so it starts with you taking a decision today. And of course, I will conclude by saying, for us to get the benefit or the power of data that we really need in any sector, there's a need for us to collaborate together. You as a data enumerator, you as a researcher, you as a data enthusiast, you as a content writer, you as a tech nerd, you as maybe an educationist, you as a graphic designer, you as a web developer as well, need to work together and not work in silo to ensure that, of course, we need to advocate for open data as well. For example, if I have a data about something as well, I must be able to share it with you for you to do your academic research, or for you to do your intervention support project, or for you to be able to say, oh, fine, I want to leverage on this that has been done and build on the capacity or the gap. Yeah, we will definitely have an existing gap. So that's why the power of collaboration is really, really essential. Thank you so much for really having me on this conversation as well, and I appreciate
That
Balkis and team for
was
having conversation on this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very, very much. That was beautiful. When you talked about the health technology space, when you talk about the, gender-based violence space, I knew at that point that yes, this is for me. I have actually not been really taking note of, the data of the kind of work I do, the number of stories I get, number of things that, oh my goodness, I have been missing out on a lot of things. Thank you so, so much, sir. And I want to say a very big thank you for taking out time to be here. Please, if this was a bomb for you, if this was what you wanted to hear, please let me know in the comment section. Let me add that fire in the comment section. If you are understanding your numbers, let me know in the comment section with your battle with that. Well, please let me have that fire in the comment section. Let me have that fire in the comment section. Thank you so much, sir. And I hope that the next time we call on you to share your best self with us, I hope we are able to have you join us, sir. Thank you
You are
so,
my boss,
so
sir.
much.
You are my boss, ma. So your wish is my command, ma. Thank you, ma.
Ah, there's a problem here, but we'll talk about that problem later. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for joining live. And I want to say thank you so much for being someone that supports the race for women to actually take their place in the grand scale of things. Enjoy the rest of your night, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. All right, everybody, how are we doing? Oh my goodness, I am back. I am back for all of you. It's just me that is left. No one has been saying kudos to me. No one has been giving me fire emoji in the comments. Why? What's happening? Right. So before we move on to our next, before we move on to our next speaker, I'd like to have a member of the Global Builders Initiative to join us here on the screen to talk about what you need to know about global builders. And it's the meet GBI session, and I hope that we are able to get this together just in few minutes. She's just going to talk about meeting GBI. She's right here on this call, She's been giving the fire, giving every single thing over time, and I am super excited to have her. Okay, Aduni, please, what's your question, please? Is it about email marketing? If it's about email marketing, please send a message to GBI um social media accounts, any of it. Just look for GBI underscore HQ, and trust me, send us a message and we are able to give you quick response. Please, I can't take that right now, so please send us a message and we are able to give you quick response. Send a message to our social media account at GBI underscore HQ, and we are able to get that done ASAP. ASAP. I'm so sorry for any inconvenience you might have faced getting this. Please, please, please. I am really, really sorry. But just make sure that you send us a message on our social media platforms. We can't do this we can't do this in the comment section here, please. We are so sorry. We've spent a lot of time tonight, and you need a very, very clear explanation on this. So please send us a message on our social media accounts at GBI underscore HQ. Okay, she's almost here. She's been in the live session, taking in all the goodies and the nice stuff. So she'll be with us very, very soon before our all right, it seemed like Bashirat is battling with a network. So I would have to have our co-founder come back on to take that session real quick, real quick, real quick. Okay, so Aduala, please, you can check the screen. I have that rolling on the screen right now. You can at GBI underscore HQ. Every platform. Every platform. All right, I have Bashirat here. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Sorry, I can't hear you. Are you with me? All right, so we're going to have our co-founder actually take on this session for us. Please, Mr. Abdulaziz, kindly take this real quick. Our next speaker is waiting.
All
I
right,
can't hear
thank
you.
you very much,
All right.
Balki.
All right.
Okay,
Okay,
now,
good.
thank you very much, Balki.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
so
I can hear you.
thank you everyone for being a part of this. It's been a wonderful session so far, and just like we said in the beginning, that it's going to be so amazing, right? So, yes, let me go straight into it. GBI, also known as Global Builders Initiative, is a CBO, or should I say, non-for-profit organization that was founded last year, and we have some core themes as our thematic area, like zero poverty, gender equality, and a whole lot of others. Like, so we are actually currently working on around 5 to 6 SDGs. So, and our major aim, right, is to build or mold every individual, every young people, especially because we're so focused on the youth, to mold them into global citizens, right? So, and GBI has its seat currently in Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. And amongst our activities, right, the most prominent one so far that has taken us, at least that has gotten us more attention from the outside world, would be the Limitless Creator, which is an activism based on gender-based violence. So GBI, actually, I think this is one thing people should note. Watch out, like watch out on your screen every time, because we're starting out and we are going to be in everyone's faces. So GBI, at GBI, our core model, or should I say our core mission, is to actually see a better world, or to build a better world through our quality and teachings, actions and interventions. So yes, GBI started last year, like I said, December last year, and we are here to stay. So if you have anything or any question or any inquiries you want to make, just like Balkis has said, all of our social media handles are at GBI underscore HQ. You can reach out at any time, and believe me, you'll get responses or answers swiftly and appropriately according to your questions, right? So yeah, that's just a little about GBI. So if you're thinking of volunteering, if you're thinking about knowing more, if you're thinking about developing your capacity, if you're thinking about um, various ways through which you can actually solve world problems, zero poverty, you're thinking of businesses to start, you're thinking about capacity building, think GBI. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that brief introduction into who we are. Thank you very, very much for taking our time to do that with us. And we are going to have you say bye bye. Thank you. Okay, so we have our next speaker in here, and I am going to bring her on, then read her bio, and from there, we know we are about to call it a night, right? Yes. All right, welcome, Bridget. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so, so much for taking our time to be here tonight. I am super excited to have you. So, I'll be taking on Bridget's bio right now. Ominazu Bridget is a multi-talented professional with expertise. Hi, Bridget. How are you doing? Welcome. Let's take that again, right? Okay. Ominazu Chioma Bridget is a multi-talented professional with expertise in content strategy, graphic design, and coaching. As a content strategist, Ominazu has developed a keen eye for creating compelling content that resonates with her audience. And as a graphics designer, she has a unique ability to bring visual concepts to life. This has helped her build a loyal audience and offer immense value to them through her content. She is the brain behind the successful Bridget newsletter, which has over 250 subscribers, showcasing her ability to create compelling content. Bridget Forrest, as a graphics designer and content writer, has also been recognized at iFix, where she made a significant impact on the company's branding and communication. She is the co-founder of Munify, a platform that promotes consistency and growth among creative designers, positioning them for their ideal clients and job opportunities. She is also the co-founder of Triple C, a platform that promotes consistency, accountability, and personal growth for writers. With her experience as an accountability coach, Ominazu has helped many individuals and organizations achieve their goals by preaching the importance of consistency and accountability. Our coaching skills have been particularly valuable to those looking to learn a skill, build their brands, and establish a strong online presence. Overall, Ominazu Choma Bridget is a talented professional with a broad skill set and a passion for people. Her dedication to her craft and her commitment is helping others succeed. To helping others succeed, make her an invaluable asset to any team. Thank you so much, Mama Bridget. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to say everything written here is true. 100,000 million percent true. Bridget, please unmute yourself and introduce yourself to the house.
Hello, thank you so much, Balkis. Hi, everybody. My name is Omenazu Choma Bridget. I wear a lot of caps, but I like to address myself as a content strategist because that's where I feel at home the most. The time I spend crafting strategies for myself and other brands feels like the most fulfilling time I spend these days. And that's because it gives me the ability to include topics that will not just, showcase their businesses and products and services, but also it helps me to inculcate topics that will help these brands educate their audience and make them better individuals. So somehow I've been able to link my skill to my passion for personal development. And that's the amazing stuff about tech. 50%, 60% of the time, you make your own rules. And it's even easier these days to make these rules that enable you give value without overthinking. Because right now there are tools that can make life easier, help you do amazing work in a short time, and skyrocket your productivity. But the truth is that these tools have been existing years ago and they've been able to help us in many ways, and it gets better daily. It's like so good right now, and that's why everybody is talking about it. It's like the talk of the town. Sorry, the talk of the whole world. So I want to thank Balkis for reaching out to me to be here, to be part of this program, to speak here, and to talk about something that fascinates me so much. Thank you so much, Balkis. Thank you, babe. I also want to thank her for organizing this program. It's not
Thank you
easy.
so
Like,
much. There is a team behind me, oh, not be me.
yeah. I understand. But you're the one I know. That's I'm pitching directly to you. So I want to thank your team for organizing this program. It's amazing. I'm a secret admirer of Feastering. I also saw Halima on the flyer as well as Abidin, and I'm sure you ladies have been pumped with so much knowledge. Have you not? Have you been pumped with so I'm sure you have been pumped with so much knowledge, and I'm just here to add icing to the cake. The cake is already prepared, so I'm just here to add icing to it. And if you are ready to eat this well prepared cake that is available for you tonight, I want you to type I'm ready in the chat box, and as you're typing, add your favorite emoji. Let's go. I want to see I'm ready in the chat box with your favorite emoji. I'm ready in the chat box with your favorite emoji. Guys, that's the only way I know you guys want me to be here. That's the only way I'll know you guys want me to be here. That's the only way I'll know you guys want me to be here. So help me type that in the comment section. I'm ready. I'm ready with your favorite emoji. I'm not seeing anything yet. I hope it's not from my end. I'm not seeing anything yet.
It's not from your end. Maybe the network is slow on their end. Maybe. Because some comments are coming in slowly. That's the issue.
Wow, wow. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's proceed. I believe they will engage the moment they hear. Okay, I have seen engagement already. All
Yes.
right. Let's continue. So I wanted this to be interactive. I hope network does not stop us from making it interactive. I wanted
Amen.
to ask, how many of you saw? Okay,
You
a
see?
lot of
You see
you
what I
listened to my bio when back was. Yeah, yeah. I see the response is just coming now. Yes, ma'am. I see the response is just coming now. Oh, well. Okay, fine. So, if you were here when Balkis read my bio, you'd be like, ah, Omo, this person, who is she? Who is she listening to? How is she able to achieve all of this? And most importantly, how is she able to write this bio so much that it looks so good? See, the truth is that bio I didn't write it myself. All I had to do when Barclays reached out was feed my information to an AI tool, and it came out with that amazing write up. It came out with that amazing write up. So it's beautiful that I'm here to talk about women and AI opportunities and challenges because I've seen what it can do firsthand. I've seen what these AI tools can do. I've witnessed what they can do. I've seen it. So I believe I'm in the right place to talk about it. So let's dive right in. You know, AI has been transforming a lot of industries. It has been impacting a lot of job markets and changing the way we live and work. It has been changing the way we live and work. These days now, a lot of people don't sit down for 3 hours to ideate before they write any content. You can just run to ChatGPT, tell them, okay, I want to write a content on this topic. On this topic, what are the possible subheadings I can use? And you will get feedback immediately that you can use to write an amazing content that everybody is going to be stunned reading it, because now your research, the time you put into research has been reduced, so you have more time to write and to put out what you have in your head. However, I've noticed that in this AI field, women have been underrepresented like crazy. It's crazy that women have been underrepresented in the field of AI. There are a lot of challenges that women face in pursuing careers in this rapidly growing industry, especially when it comes to AI development, like the core, those developers, the people that code, make it functional. There are few women there. I did some research on this and I found out that most AI organizations are manned by men. Okay, that's that's great wordplay there. Manned, literally, like they are literally manned by men. Okay, this is me putting out that I think your comments are coming in late. So as you're listening, just be dropping something in the comment section so I know you're still following and you're with me. I want to have that feedback. Thank you, ladies. Okay, let's continue. So, having seen that the AI industry is manned by men, this begs the question, what is the limitation? What is stopping women from getting into these industries? Is it just that when we get into this industry, we are being pushed out? Or are we our limitations? Are we our limitations? Most times, if you take a deep look into this, you see that our limitation is strongly um, attached to our conditioning, what we have heard people say, you are a woman, oh, so you should not be involved in any field that will stop you from paying attention to your family, and plenty stuff that we've been told. You are a homemaker, just let the man do the work. And you, because you have believed all of this, you now believe that there are fields that are not meant for you. There are places that you should not go into as a woman because you're a woman. There are fields that you should not tread. And this is one of the things that is stopping women from venturing into the field of AI development and making waves there. I know we have the capacity to make waves there, but we are our own limitations because we are not even making the move. We have already left it. We have decided that we are not part of the challenge at all. But that is going to change now. We are here today listening to this, and I know that once we are done listening to this, we are going to start making great improvements in our little spaces, in our net. We'll start talking to people, we'll start letting women know that these fields that are male dominated, they are that way because we have left it. So let's get in there and let's create change. Okay, so since this is a new field and it requires a lot of effort and thinking, we assume it's not a woman thing. No, that assumption should not hold water. Don't let that assumption hold you back. Because let me ask, is it valid? Is it valid to say that if something requires a lot of effort, then a woman should not be there? So who should be making effort? The men alone? Hell no. We are humans, we are in this world, we are here to dominate, we are here to create change, and that change is what we are going to create by venturing into fields that we have interest in, not just fields that are specifically crafted for women. No, it's not just fashion that we are in this world to do. We are here to create products that will help people, that will change lives. If you ladies are with me, let me know in the comment section. Okay? And the fact is there are a lot of areas we can come into when it comes to AI. There are a lot. Development is one of it. We can also help to make sure that these AIs are used properly in the different industries, that they are used properly in the different industries. Now, let's talk about some of the opportunities in the AI industry for women. Now, first of all, it's important to know that the potential to create significant economic opportunities is there in the AI industry, and women should not be left out. We should not be left behind. We cannot be left behind. If you have been skipping the threads in AI, like when you go to Twitter and you see this new AI is on fire, you skip it. Or you see a post about it on Instagram or any social media that you're on. When people are talking about AI, you'll be jump and pass. No more. You're not going to do that again. Okay? Now is the time to stop skipping. Now is the time to stop jumping over. Now is the time to stop and learn. And I want you to type in the comment section, just type it this way: I will stop pushing opportunities away. I will stop pushing opportunities away. I'll stop jumping over opportunities. I'll stop skipping opportunities. And as usual, add an emoji that proves your determination. If you are determined to be the change, if you are determined to create change, if you are determined to stop and learn instead of skipping it because it's not meant for women, let me know in the comment section. Let that fire in. I can see you guys. I can see you, Suleiman. I can see you, Rafia. Thank you so much, ladies. Now, the first place women are needed in the AI industry is in design. The first place women are needed in the AI industry is in design. Now, women are needed to design AI-driven applications across industries such as healthcare, finance, retail, manufacturing, among others. And research has shown that women have an empathetic nature, like we are beings of empathy. Some of the user-related functionalities that men will easily skip, women will not skip it because women are known not to think about themselves alone, but to think about others. So naturally, inbuilt in you, you already have that ability to think. If someone is coming to this website to ask this AI to do something for them, what are they going to need? If we are integrating this AI into an app, how will people be able to access it? So some of the user interface, user related functionalities that men might skip because of their nature, you're going to notice it easily. And this gives you an edge in user interface design. Of course, I'm not saying because um, you have this inbuilt characteristic, that means you should stop building or developing your skill. No, you need to be intentional about building a skill in user research and user analysis to be better. Because of course, if a man has a skill in the industry, your intuitive ability will take a backseat too. Because now it's no longer a battle of she's a woman, he's a man. The world is striving for equity, equality, whatever they call it anyway. The world is striving for equity. So that means that in fields where most times these days they take the person that is talented, the person that is good, the person that is knowledgeable, not just the person that is a man or the person that is a woman. So if you can develop your skills and get better these days, you are ready for employment. Okay, so I need you to put that in mind, why you have an edge in user design because you're a woman. If you don't develop your skill, you're going to take a backseat. Women are also needed in the analysis and training of these AIs. Now, the diversity of the workforce in AI is critical to ensuring that AI is ethically sound. This means that if it's just a man that is feeding AI the information that it needs, it means that that AI is going to lean towards the male gender. You get? So it's going to be speaking, granting information like it's male, but we are striving to make sure that there is diversity. Now, this means that there should be women who are part of the AI workforce to ensure that this AI is ethically sound. It knows what it's supposed to know. It gives information the way it's supposed to give it, and it takes into account the perspective of diverse group of people, women inclusive. Now, with the constant push of inclusivity around us, there's even more training and learning opportunities for women in tech, especially in the constantly growing field of AI. If you just do a deep search into the internet, you're going to see that there are a lot of opportunities for women. There are a lot of opportunities for women in tech. People are constantly creating trainings. Women in data science, women in software engineering, women in this, there's a lot of those things. So if you have interest in any of these fields, if you have interest in any of these fields, it's going to be easier for you to learn from it. Okay, they said my time is fast spent, so I'm going to run along and be fast with this.
Network kicked out Bridget, but she will be back soon. I am very sure of that. She's going to be back very, very soon. Okay, she's writing. She's back. Welcome, welcome, Bridget. Welcome. Thank you so, so much.
Okay, sorry, I think that was my network. Where did you guys
It's all
stop
right.
hearing me?
You stopped at the point where you wanted to talk about, running along. I mean, concluding your discussion.
Okay, okay, okay. I was logged out. I don't even know why or how. I just know I was logged out. Okay, so I'm going to run along so I can finish this up. Now, another place you
Sorry.
have opportunity um, in AI Is in entrepreneurship. Now, with the development of some of these AI applications, it's easier for you to access the information that you need to even start businesses. Now, because AI has the access to most of the data that people update online, by AI now, I'm referring specifically to ChatGPT. You can literally ask it for business ideas and it will give you business ideas. And if it's a digital product, it can assist you in marketing and implementation. I think someone did a demo on this on Twitter, but that's for the coming GPT-4. I'm going to share that link with Baki so she can share it with you ladies. AI can assist you in the work that you're doing already. If you're a graphic designer, you can easily use ChatGPT to conduct your research. You are a content writer, you can use it to fine tune your content. You are a developer, whatever field that you're in, even if even if you are a personal development coach, you can use it to create materials that you can use. So right now, I'm going to encourage you to just try to um, get into the AI industry, get into the AI industry and learn about it. Go to Twitter, go to Twitter right now, search for ChatGPT. You can use the hashtag or you can use the advanced search. See what people are saying about it. See what people are saying about what it can do. See what people are saying about what it can do. Follow them up, read this thread, go to the website yourself, implement, and um, try to get better before you give into the temptation. Because I know a lot of us, once we are done with a webinar like this, next thing is to go and write thread about it, which is good. In fact, um, tag us, tag global builders, and make sure that we are tagged in that tweet. Make that tweet. But while you're doing that, make sure that you will not just finish writing that thread and then go and rest. Make sure that you also implement what you are learning from today's talk. Go ahead, get digital. This tool has been doing a lot. Find out what it can do. Find out ways it can help you to make your work better. Find out ways it can help you to develop. There should be efforts to ensure that where you are, there should be effort to ensure that wherever you are, no matter the space you are, you're leveraging the tools that can make work, that can make life easier for you. In fact, it's safe to say that these AI tools were created for women because it's going to reduce stress for you a whole lot. So leverage it, make good use of it, and make sure that you are out there pushing people, encouraging women, encouraging ladies in your field to get into the AI industry, because it is dominated by men, because we allowed it to be dominated by men. When we get in, when we learn, when we show our expertise, then we are going to do more and do better in that field. Thank you so much, Balkis. I think my time is up and I've even spent extra 3 minutes. So I'm going to take it.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Guys, I want the fire emoji in the comment section. We are done with today and it has been back to back to back value, bringing you global perspectives right here in Nigeria. That is why we are global builders, for God's sake. Trust me, you guys are not ready. If you take these actions seriously, these tips that have been shared with you, you are unstoppable. Bridget, thank you so much for being amazing. Thank you so much for joining in. I was scared, like, hey, would this girl be able to finish this meeting before joining in? But you made it, and thank you so much for making it worth it. I am really, really grateful. Please, I want the fire emojis. Hey, please, let's just burn down YouTube so that everyone will know that yes, we did something today. Thank you so much. Yes, Bridget, you have your first thank you in the house. Thank you so much, Lawal Rafiat. So Lawal said, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I hope the next time we call you to please bring your global self to our global world. I hope you're going to say yes to that, ma.
Sure. Why not?
Oh my God,
I'm
thank you
always
so much.
available whenever you call,
Thank
ma.
you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And please enjoy the rest of your night. And do not forget to go out and vote tomorrow. Enjoy. All right, guys, we have come to the end of this beautiful time together. I know that as much as we all came up with the fact that, oh my God, how is this going to be? How is this going to look like? It was beautiful in the end. And I want to say a very big thank you to the Global Builders Initiative team. I want to say thank you for standing out and standing true. This was planned in less than 1 week, like in less than 1 week. On the day of the International Women's Day, we were actually just thinking about the fact that we wanted to celebrate International Women's Day, and every hand on deck, we were able to get something done. Lawal Rafiat, Laiman Bashirat, Mr. Abdul Muiz, thank you so much for doing this with me. Thank you so much for being back and giving me the ginger. I was tired at the point. I was like, oh my god, I'm just so tired. But thank you so much, and to everyone who joined in. Aduni Adiola, I hope you've gotten the link to follow us. I am showing it on the screen again. At GBI underscore HQ on any platform you are going to find us. We're going to be on LinkedIn very soon. But for now, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, GBI underscore HQ. Thank you so much, everyone, for bringing this together. Thank you so much for joining in to listen, to learn, to become. Thank you so much for being a woman. That's actually the biggest thank you that you need to get, because it's not easy and you have been making it work. And I want to say thank you, and I wish you the best tonight, tomorrow, and the rest of your life. Please let me have the fire emoji. If you have friends that did not come during this session, please send them the link. Tell them to go pick something that would actually help them. And with that, I wish you the best of being a globally presentable person for the rest of your life. Good night.